So have you ever used an AI coding assistant and just sighed? You know the feeling. It gives you something that technically works, but it's not how you would have built it. It's that generic, kind of messy AI slop. It doesn't use your patterns. It ignores your conventions. Well, what if we could fix that? What if you could get perfect, predictable execution every single time? Let's talk about a whole new way of thinking, agentic engineering.
Okay, so to get this, I want you to imagine a totally different way of building software. We're not talking about endless prompt tweaking or fixing code that an AI messed up. No, this starts with just a pure vision and watches it get turned into a perfect architectural plan.
You just sit down, you don't even think about writing a line of code, all you do is describe the outcome you want. Maybe it's a new feature or a whole new service. You just explain what it's supposed to do. You provide the vision. That's it.
And from that one simple description, the system doesn't just spit out a random blob of code, not even close. It generates a complete, structured, and totally actionable blueprint for the whole project. This is not just code generation, you guys. This is automated architecture.
Instantly, it starts laying out the big picture. Boom, it knows exactly what API endpoints you're going to need to make your idea a reality.
Then, it's onto the data layer. It's mapping out the tables, the relationships, all the queries that are needed to support the whole thing.
And this is so crucial. It plans for quality from the very start. It outlines the entire testing strategy. Every single piece of the puzzle is thought through, all before a single line of implementation code even exists.
Okay, so the AI has this perfect blueprint. Awesome. But how does it actually get built without just turning into that same improvised mess we're trying to avoid? Well, this is where the magic happens. It's a total game changer, and it's all about one word: delegation. The secret here is that the main AI has a very specific, very limited job. It's the architect. That's it. Its only job is to think at a high level, to break your big vision down into small logical tasks. It decides what needs to be built. Think of it as the project manager, the strategist. And here's the twist that changes everything. The architect never actually builds anything. It doesn't write code. It doesn't create database tables. Once the plan is made, its one and only job is to delegate those tasks out.
What you get is this beautiful, clean separation of powers. You've got the architect, the main context. That's the brain of the whole operation. And then you have the builders, a whole team of specialist agents who are the hands. They just take the plans and they execute perfectly.
So who are these builders exactly? Let's meet the team, because these are not your general-purpose chatbots. Oh no, these are highly trained specialists, and each one has a single focused job to do.
The architect knows exactly who to call. Need a database schema? That goes straight to the database agent. Need a new API endpoint? The API agent's on it. It's like having a dream team of specialists on call, ready to go.
Now, this is probably the most important part of the whole thing. These agents are not guessing. They're not making things up. They operate from a deep, incredibly detailed playbook that you write. The database agent knows your company's exact naming conventions. The API agent knows your precise error handling patterns. They are, quite literally, digital clones of your engineering standards.
So, when you combine this delegating architect with a team of expert agents all following your personal playbook, what you get is a system that works like a symphony orchestra. It's pure, controlled, perfect execution.
I mean, think about the old way, right? You'd have to try and cram every single rule, every convention, every little detail about your entire code base into one giant bloated prompt for a single AI. It just doesn't work. It doesn't scale. This agentic model is just so much more elegant. You don't overload one poor AI with everything. You delegate. The main context stays small, lean, and just focused on strategy, while all the deep complexity lives inside the specialists where it belongs.
And look at this. A single agent, just your database agent, for example, can have a playbook with 10,000 lines of precise guidance. That's an entire encyclopedia of your best practices, making sure nothing is ever left up to chance.
And the kicker? This whole thing is ridiculously fast. The architect can hand out 10 different tasks to 10 different agents, and they all get to work at the same time. Your project isn't built step by step. The whole thing just unfolds all at once. It's amazing.
So, the whole workflow is just clean and powerful. It starts with your vision. That becomes a plan. The plan gets broken into tasks. Those tasks are handed off to your expert agents, and the final result comes back to you, perfectly assembled, exactly to your specs.
So what does this all add up to? What is the real promise of working this way? Well, it all comes down to one incredibly powerful idea: controlled automation.
This means it's the end of AI guesswork. It's the end of getting code that kinda, sorta looks right, because your agents are following your rules. The output is 100% predictable. It's precise. It is exactly what you wanted.
And this right here is the fundamental shift. We are moving away from just crossing our fingers and hoping the AI gets it right to a world where we know it's going to be correct. Why? Because we're the ones who wrote the rules. We've literally embedded our own expertise into the system. And that's really what Agentic Engineering is all about. You're not just using an AI anymore, you're conducting it. The system becomes your personal orchestra, playing your music based on your composition, perfectly, every single time. And honestly, that changes everything.